Well. I'm back in the GEEKTACULAR division. My last two outings was a miss for the sniper. But I'm back after a hiatus, and I'm more focused. And the first person on my hit list, the first person I have to take out, is Carley. We talked, and he seemed like the perfect prey for me to take out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back in Movie Trivia Face-Off. We're back in GEEKTACULAR, and the both of us have one objective in mind, and that's to qualify for World War Geek. Nick's going to do that this week. I'm going to do that next week. And Nick, you're playing Hunter, the Hitman / the Sniper, Chambliss, whatever the nickname. He's a friend, but here's the thing. Isn't the whole point of being a sniper to hit your target every single time? And so far in Movie Trivia Face-Off, he has not done that. You can do this. You've got this. We know you have the skills to beat Hunter. It's just a matter of whether or not you beat yourself. And I think you will be just fine tonight.
I agree. I definitely chuckled. Yes, you're a nice little promo there. You've got me in my sights. I can see you a mile away, so I'm not that terrified. Anyways, I've had just the same amount of time. And my issue before was I would get under my own skin and let the game mess me up. I have the knowledge, and I've been working on the game, so I'm ready to take on whoever's next. This is the first stepping stone to that World War Geek, and show a super strong performance from here on in. So I'm ready to go.
Let's do this.
You see, it's okay for me to have a few misses if my main target I kill. And tonight, you are my star.
Welcome back, and what's up, Face-Off fanatics? It is once again time for a big-time GEEKTACULAR match here in the Movie Trivia Face-Off with two competitors who are in this match today looking to get on the board. That's right, we've got two vets, but maybe not as successful as they'd like to be so far. 0-2 apiece, looking to get on that GEEKTACULAR board and book their ticket into World War Geek. As always, I am the most exciting man in Face-Off, and as my broadcast partner pointed out right before we got started, you can just call me Big Bill, because when you look at me, all you see is cash money, baby. He is a legend. He is the Godfather, Alex Frost. Welcome, Alex.
Bill, it is so good to see you. The road to World War Geek is on. We have two 0-2 competitors, but it is not about the losses. It's not how many times you fell down. It's about how many times you got back up. One person will be going to World War Geek tonight. It is 50-50, and the winner advances.
That's right. Winning isn't everything. Destroying your opponents is, but hey, a win's nice when you can lock one up. And extra special today, World War Geek coming up right around the corner. Everybody in the league excited. All of our best competitors, except one, are in that matchup, and they will be having a whole lot of fun. These two guys want to be there on that occasion. They want to have that shot to be the first ever Geek champion here in the Movie Trivia Face-Off, and I can't wait. Both guys definitely motivated, and both guys are looking to come in here and have an amazing performance. Let's take a look, Alex, at the tail of the tape for our two competitors. All right, looking first at Nick Big Sal. Carley obviously sitting at 0-2. Round one percentage is not so hot at 35%. A little bit of improvement in round number two, 55%. Keeping in mind the competitors that he has faced, Alex, I'm looking at the names Prudvi Raj and TJ Starman, both very strong competitors. Obviously, he ran into a bit of a challenge there, but Nick Big Sal Carley, the deli sandwich as I like to call him, and a good friend of mine, he's looking to bounce back in this matchup. On the other side, we have Hunter, the Sniper Chambliss, also successful in a different way. He's definitely been here for a couple of matches, and same exact percentage in round one. Very, very interesting. Round number two, a little bit worse for those totals. Again, we got some good competitors on that side of the board. Well, one of them at least. We've got one competitor that's pretty good and one that's abandoned the cause, and It's such a shame when that happens. Alex, what do you think is going to happen here today? You think we're going to see a knockdown, drag-out fight, or is this going to be more of a defensive struggle? Put the points up when you can and just keep those steals away.
Look, we can call it a defensive struggle all we can, all we want to, but it doesn't matter how many points you put up as long as you get the win. And to be truthful, I think one giant X factor is the fact that one of these people is not alone in this fight. Big Sal brought a friend. He brought Nico. He brought his manager. So he's going to be thinking about so much less than Hunter is.
That's right. Big Sal coming in here with the entire entourage, lots of support at his back. But will that be enough to win the match today? Either way, folks, I am excited. And as we barrel towards World War Geek, one of these two will be definitely booking their ticket today. I know I can't wait to get this match underway. Another exciting, another spectacular Geektacular, as they like to say. So without further ado, let's go ahead. The best announced team in the biz is here, and we've got your competitors coming out for you right now. Introducing first, he is the lower ranked competitor based on points scored, but with a record of 0-2, making his way into the Geektacular arena. He is Hunter, the Sniper, Chambliss. Welcome, Hunter. Welcome. Looking forward to this one. You looking to get that ticket into Geektacular, my friend?
Time's up, baby. Time's up. Let's go.
He says time is up, and time is up because now his opponent is entering the ring. Also with a record of 0-2, looking to get that big win on the board. He is Nick Big Sal, the deli sandwich, Carley.
Oh man, I won't lie, I kind of missed that. I haven't heard that in a while. It's been nice. Happy to be here. Let's do this.
Always nice when you get a fresh deli sandwich, especially a good MLT where the mutton is nice and lean. I love that. Alex, we've got our competitors on the desk, and I am excited. Are you ready to go?
Hit it.
All right, Hunter, are you ready?
Let's go.
And Big Sal, is the sandwich sliced? Are the toothpicks in? Can we get this thing underway?
Oh, all the toppings you asked for, perfectly cooked. You're ready to go.
All right. And with that, fans, let's get ready to face off. We're going to start off with round number one. Gentlemen, here are the rules for round number one. In round number one of a Geektacular matchup, each competitor will be receiving 10 questions from various categories of the Geektacular universe, which, reminder to our competitors, is expanding. You may see some new categories start to pop up today. We're looking to make that a little bit harder for the studying and a little bit more challenging for all of our competitors. When you are asked a question, you will be given approximately 15 seconds. Please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard. Once you are asked to show your answer and the time is up, please show your answer and verbalize it at the same time. Each competitor throughout the course of this match will have 3 repeats. You may ask for a question to be repeated, which will restart the timer. You will get another 15 seconds. You need a little bit extra time. Just use a JTE, as they are colloquially known. You also have 1 challenge. You may challenge any ruling you feel is incorrect. We will review it. If your challenge is upheld, you will keep your challenge. If it is thrown out, you will lose your challenge for the remainder of the match. There is no stealing in round number one. Gentlemen, with the rules out in place, are you ready to do this?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, and with your first question of the day, he is the Prince of Darkness. He is the King of the Underworld. He is the Godfather. Alex, take it away.
Your first question comes from the category of Middle-earth. Who portrays the Dark Wizard Saruman in the Lord of the Rings films?
Now, I've said before, not the biggest Lord of the Rings fans, but I do admire everything that these movies did. They are truly stunning to watch. So, annoys me a little bit, but stunning to look at, which is how most people describe me, Alex.
I agree. You are stunning to look at.
Oh, you're sweet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have your pens down.
And I'll start with Hunter.
Christopher Lee.
That's a good point for you, Hunter. And Nick.
Christopher Lee.
Wonderful.
R.I.P.
All right, they both get the Christopher Lee point, and we are moving on to question number 2, which is, of course, in the galaxy far, far away, Star Wars. Gentlemen, what type of object does Princess Leia use to threaten Jabba the Hutt while posing as a bounty hunter in Return of the Jedi? I mean, I gotta say, early 80s, Carrie Fisher, I don't think she needs many objects. She can just threaten me straight up. I'll believe her.
Well, like you, she was also stunning to look at.
And like Rick James said, cocaine's a hell of a drug. We've got 5, 4, 3,
I'm not saying character, but
2, 1. Pens are down. We'll go to the Deli Delight himself. Big Sal, do you have it?
I just put a staff.
A staff is not the answer we're looking for. Was Hunter able to pull a
laser gun?
And we were looking for a thermal detonator. Thermal detonator was the answer. No points on the board. No perfect rounds today.
Well, that's all right. You guys have plenty more chances. The perfect round is out of the equation, but that's all right. Your third question comes from the category of heroes and villains. What is the first name of the member of the Tannen family that Marty faces off against in Back to the Future Part 3?
Man, Back to the Future takes me back to my childhood, revealing my age a little bit, but there's nothing quite like a Huey Lewis soundtrack and Michael J. Fox's. Oh, we've got a repeat on the board for Hunter.
All right. Comes from the category of heroes and villains. What is the first name of the member of the Tannen family that Marty faces off against in Back to the Future Part 3?
And Alex, first repeat in use already. Now, we've seen some matches recently. I think you sat with me on one where a lot of repeats are thrown out in that first round. But it's like Ben Bateman in the Schmodown says, if you know you might be able to get a point, you might as well use that challenge as long as they don't go crazy. I think that's a very smart move. Will it pay off for him? Coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No repeat, pens down.
All right, I'll start with Hunter. Did he get the point?
Mad Dog?
Oh, we were looking for the first name.
That is the nickname. He is a mad dog, the member of the Tannen family. Could Sal get the answer?
Is it Buford?
Lovely.
That is correct.
I'm gonna challenge because they do call him Mad Dog all the way through the movie. So I'm challenging that my answer could be acceptable.
All right.
Challenge is thrown.
We are going to go ahead and review the challenge. Just give me one moment. We'll take a break here, folks, and we will be right back.
And we are back. Unfortunately, we have a lot of evidence showing from Back to the Future Part 3 that they do say Buford multiple times throughout the movie. So Hunter will be losing his challenge. But a quick reminder that, yes, that challenge is there for a reason. If you think you have a point, throw the flag. It just kind of went against him this one time. We're going to go on to the next question.
Yes, it is unfortunate. Obviously, a challenge always good to use if you think there's any chance you can get that point. And in a lot of matches, you do not need it later. Will that be the case here? We will see. Gentlemen, let's move on to your next question. Question number 4 out of 10 in this first round. Your category is mixed bag. And your question is, in the film Dread, what type of ammo does Dread use to melt the head of a goon holding a hostage when he first enters the tower? Wow. Fun little exchange between Dredd and the individual in question in this scene. And boy, big fan of this movie. Totally underrated. More people need to see it. If you have not seen Dredd Face Off, fans, highly recommend it.
That's a recommendation from Bill. I mean, come on. How could you deny?
That's right. And we've got our pens down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We will go to Sal.
I love that movie too. I couldn't think of it. I just put acid rounds.
Acid round's not what we were looking for.
Yeah.
We will go over to Hunter.
I said God's bullet.
And as quoted by Dredd in the film, I said, hot shot.
Hot shot.
Hot shot.
Hot shot. That's right.
Is the name of the ammunition. Another miss. Obviously, both players on the board. Let's see if they can improve it as we move forward.
Still a 2-1 match. Very close. Your fifth question comes from the category of Marvel movies. In how many films does Ryan Reynolds play the character of Deadpool?
I have a feeling that we are going to hear something about this one later, possibly from some of our viewers. Viewers out there, we know, we get it. You don't have to tell us anything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And I'll start with Hunter.
The horrible X-Men Origins Wolverine and 2 Deadpools, that makes 3.
Correct for a point.
That is
and
correct.
Big Sal
I also put 3.
keeps the lead.
Also 3, although most people would have preferred that one of them did not exist. Great opening credits, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we are going to move on, gentlemen, to question number 6. The score is 3 for Nick, 2 for Hunter. Your 6th question is in DCEU. Your question is this: what is Dr. Poison's real name in Wonder Woman?
No.
Got some name questions coming up here today. A couple of
First or
objects.
last? First and last?
We are looking
Yes.
for both names in a pinch. If one person should manage to get one and the other doesn't, we may see a point go on the board for that. But we are specifically looking for both names. I will give you a few more seconds. That is a good clarifying question from Hunter. Wonder Woman, I think still my favorite DCEU film. I will admit the third act problems. But of course, you can't have everything.
Mine
5,
is Shazam, but
4, 3, also very enjoyable. 2, 1. We may see questions from Shazam yet. Pens down, gentlemen. And we will go to Big Sal.
It's probably not even close, but I didn't want a blank board. I just put Sophia Kartoff because it sounded.
Sophia Kartoff is, in fact, not very close at all to the correct answer. We're going to go to Hunter.
Yep.
mine is even more stupid. Elena Poison.
Alana Poison. Her actual last name is Poison. Why they let her in medical school, I don't know. The answer we were looking for, both incorrect, was Dr. Isabel or Isabella Maru.
That's
Maru.
right.
Isabella, yep.
All right, a bit of a slow start, but they've both got those points. We've still got a few questions left. This could still come out with 5 or 6 points apiece in this round, and it's a tight game, which you always like to see. Keep it competitive. Alex, take it away.
Your 7th question comes from the category of the MCU. In which MCU film do we hear the exchange in which Captain America says, language?
Gotta
Maybe
love
that's how we
his-
should. Maybe that's
Go
how we
ahead.
should bleep people out. Is instead have a clip of Corey saying language.
Language.
That is a brilliant idea. So I will go ahead and tell Corey all about it when I speak to him, and I'll tell him it was mine. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down.
And we'll start with Hunter.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Wonderful point, Hunter. And Big Sal.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Wonderful.
All right,
Points
that's
all
a
around.
hit. Some people might say that's a bit of a softball question, but hey, they can't all be about Deadpool and his third film. Let's give you your next one, boys. This one, also, I think I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, Alex, in advance. I think we're going to see at least one player get the point on the board here, if not both. Star Trek is your category. What type of animal do the crew go back in time to recover in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home? I'm going to repeat that question because I'm ashamed of myself for using the wrong number. What type of animal do the crew go back in time to recover in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home? This is a big question. I would say, Alex, this one It's giant. It's huge. I mean, we're going to see an answer real soon. We're going to come down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it was a whale of a question. Big Sal, what do you got?
It was a whale of a question.
It was a whale, Hunter.
It was indeed a whale of a question.
That's correct. The whales, they are going back because apparently aliens only speak whale. The more you know, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it here. Your ninth question goes from the category of DC films. In Batman Forever, Two-Face traps Batman and a security guard in what location, which begins to fill with acid?
Oh, that rascally Two-Face.
I hated this movie because they freaking portrayed Two-Face as the Joker, and it pissed me off.
I mean, some people call him a villain, but I'm always trapping people in remote locations and filling them with acid. Does that make me a villain?
I know, right? Me too.
The locations or the people?
Little column A,
Oh.
little column B. You know, really, it's just how I'm feeling on that day. Gentlemen, 5,
A little bit of both.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down.
Hunter,
A bank vault.
beautiful point. And Nick,
A bank vault.
points.
Absolutely. 6-5. Gentlemen, no perfect rounds, but a pretty decent score coming into it in the second half of this round. Slow start for both, but definitely making up those points. Can they each make up one more point, or will we end up with a 2-point lead or possibly a tie? This will be determined by your question in the Wizarding World.
Yes.
And all we need from you, gentlemen, is for you to tell us who's the potions teacher during the film Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Do you need his full name?
We do not need the full name. Last name only is acceptable.
Okay.
Once again, I like that the both players are doing this, Alex. I like they're clarifying. They need to know what the answer is so they can get exactly what we're looking for. They don't want to make any mistakes. And I think that's very smart, especially if you're in a match where you plan to use your challenges. So right now, Hunter would want to clarify just in case, because he does not have that challenge to fall back on. We will count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. And for the final time in round 1, the deli sandwich himself, Big Sal, show me what you got.
Slughorn.
Professor Horace J. Slughorn, correct. Hunter.
I messed up. I had Snape.
All right. And with one player getting it correct and one player missing, that changes the score immensely going into round number 2. Big Sal, very, very happy. He got the double decker because he's now up 2 points on his opponent, 7-5. We are in an exciting position, but only 2 points separate them, and the wheel round is coming up. What do you think so far, Alex, and what do you think we're going to see next?
Well, Big Sal and for what I believe, Hunter, is they're both playing better than they ever have before, and they're playing like veterans. They're playing like people that know exactly what they're doing. But 2 points is absolutely nothing. That is one question in round number 2.
In fact, it's a 1-point steal, making a 2-point swing against you. So very, very easy to see those scores change. And as Alex mentioned, round number 2, that's what we're getting into right now. Gentlemen, you know it, you love it, and you really wish it would go your way once in a while. It's the wheel round with the wheel of fate, doom, and as Mark Ellis himself says it, justice. Will justice be served today? Gentlemen, round number 2 rules are as follows. In this round, each competitor will be given a spin of the category wheel. Your wheel will contain various geektacular categories. Once you land on a category, you may one time, should you not like the category, elect to spin again. If you do not elect to spin again, or it is your second spin, you must take the category you landed on, unless, of course, you landed on opponent's choice. Your opponent will choose for you. You may not spin off of opponent's choice. Your categories on the wheel today will be MCU, movie release dates, DC Extended Universe, Wizarding World, DC, Star Trek, Marvel, the Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a new category for you fans out there. Start studying Geektacular competitors. Middle Earth, Star Wars, So we've got a wheel with some new categories on it. That movie release dates, that pirates. I have a feeling our competitors may have put them on there. And gentlemen, in this round, you will have the option to go to multiple choice. Once you are asked your question, you will be given 5 in a round once your category has been selected. If you go to multiple choice, the value of the question drops to 1 point. And be very careful in this round. If you miss a question or fail to answer it in the allotted time, your opponent may steal for the current value of the question. With that, we're getting into round number 2, and Big Sal, you are in the lead. Your first order off the menu. Would you like to spin the wheel first, or would you like to defer to your opponent? Or third option, would you like to confer with your manager to decide whether you want to spin first or defer to your opponent?
I'll take that third option. Thank you.
Okay, so Nick, we worked on a couple things this week. I'm looking at the categories, and I'm wondering, should we rack up the points right away, or would you prefer to let Hunter take something off the wheel that you're not comfortable with?
I mean, like, there's really only 1, maybe 2 that I'm not comfortable with. I'd rather just go ahead and do it.
All right, then we will spin first.
Yeah, we'll spin first.
That's the backstage you won't see at the Schmodown, folks. That's right. We got the managers discussing a little bit of strategy between the players, and this could be what a manager does for you. Will it pay off for him? With that very first spin, Big Sal, take it away. Spin at your will.
And notice he didn't do it from the pegs.
I did not do it from the pegs.
Good spin. Spin is in. Spin is in, and it is winner's choice. Good choice to make that spin. Now he will want to jump back in with Nico. You've got a few seconds, boys. Take your time, decide what's what, and pick out a category for yourself.
All right. I've got 2 that I really want to go with because I've been studying those hard as of late. I'm kind of leaning towards Wizarding World.
I like that idea too, because it's Hunter's big strength. We can take it right off the board, and he's got nothing to fall back on.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, let's do it. Wizarding World.
All right. Will the managers help pay off? Let's find out. He does feel strong in Wizarding World because I know the pronunciations of these words, and because I want a big old
I don't
bite
know
of
what
that
Nico
spin,
is
but I'm
talking
hungry.
about. I have plenty of backup categories at my disposal.
Okay.
All right, little throwing it back a little bit. Maybe didn't like what he heard from Big Sal as manager, but Big Sal, I will be handling your Wizarding World questions. Alex will handle Hunter's questions when the time arises. 5 questions in the Wizarding World. Sal, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You do not need your whiteboard, but you may hold on to it if it pleases you. Your first question, Sal, is: where does Dumbledore's army train in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
The Room of a Requirement. Final answer.
No waiting, no hesitation, and absolutely correct for 2 points, bringing him up to 9. Very good start to the round. Question number 2, Sal. What is the name of the driver of the Night Bus, the triple-decker bus seen throughout the Harry Potter film series?
Oh, God.
Maybe a little bit tougher here, Alex. I'm obviously a Wizarding World aficionado. If you haven't checked out that Harry Potter match, either of them, but particularly the first one, great guys in that one. Check it out, Face Off fans. Watch it again and see how much they screwed me. You can put in complaints to your right honorable commissioners. We've got 5.
I hate to do it. I got to go with multiple choice, please.
All right, multiple choice can be done. Question value reduced to 1. Your options, Big Sal, are A, Sammy, B, Ernie, C, Tony, D, Lenny.
It's B. Final answer.
B, Ernie, correct for a point, extending his lead a little bit further. Nothing wrong with that. And multiple choice, hey, sometimes you just want to get that 1 point. Don't want to leave that steal on the table. Question number 3 for Big Sal. In which film in the series does Harry get fed up with Marge, Uncle Vernon's sister, and use a charm on her that causes her to blow up like a balloon? As opposed to blowing up online, which is what I'm doing every day. Check me out at KelkAndrew on Twitter, folks. Alex, got anything you want to plug?
Check out him. Check out Big Bill at Kelk Andrew.
That's correct.
Okay, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Final answer.
Prisoner of Azkaban, 2 big points. He's got 5 on the board, and he's got 2 more questions to go. Could beat his first round total in this one fairly easily, but steals could still happen. Question number 4, Big Sal. Finish Ron's quote from Chamber of Secrets. Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the blank? Now, I don't think I'm giving too much away when I say probably an animal answer, Alex.
You never know. Could be anything.
It's true. Could be follow the Reese's Pieces, but then they get sued by Spielberg.
Multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice it is. Your options are, and see, here's where I'm going to prove myself right, Alex. Listen very carefully to all these animals I'm going to name. A, kittens. B, butterflies. C, puppies. D, bunnies.
B, final answer.
B is butterflies, and B is correct for a point. That is 6 points on the board so far in this round. Couple multiple choice, couple right out of the gate. And your final question in Wizarding World, potentially to bring you to a 10-point lead on your opponent without multiple choice. Big steal here could close that gap all the way to 6. So we could see a lot happen. If Sal cannot answer this question, question 5, what do Harry, Ron, and Hermione agree to trade Griphook for the Horcrux inside Bellatrix's vault at Gringotts in Deathly Hallows Part 2?
The Sword of Gryffindor.
Absolutely correct, moving him to a 10-point lead on his opponent. Great second round. Good choice on that spinner's choice and on that category. And now Hunter's got a lot of work ahead of him, but the game is not over. And you math fans out there will know if Hunter can run the table, he's going to tie this thing up moving forward. So a lot of pressure on him. I'm sure he can handle it. Alex, you're going to take it away with the sniper.
Of course I can handle it. I'm calm, cool, and collected, baby. Let's go.
Well, hit that spin for me. Yes.
Love the attitude from the sniper. Love the spin. The spin is in. The wheel is going round and round. The wheel of morality turns, and lands on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates. Very nice.
Yeah, let's spin that again.
Looks like we got a respin. Does not like that new category, so he's going to try it again. Should it land on anything here other than the Wizarding World, it will be a spin and just misses it, stops short of Wizarding World, and lands on DC Film.
All right.
DC Films, a tough category. It's cost me several points in round 2. Well, let's see what Hunter can make of it. Your first question from the category of DC. What is Supergirl's secret identity in the 1984 film?
Well, it was a female in a comics book movie, and it was before the year 1990. So I'm going to go with she's a housewife.
Multiple choice. Is it A, Kara Danvers, B, Dana Danvers, C, Kara Kent, or D, Linda Lee?
A.
A, Kara Danvers is incorrect.
And
Big
we'll
Sal
repeat
for a
the
steal
options
here.
for Nick.
Thank you.
I sure will. Is it A, Kara Danvers, B, Dana Danvers, C, Kara Kent, or D, Linda Lee?
I believe it's C. Final answer.
C, Kara Kent is also incorrect. We were looking for Linda Lee.
See, I was thinking of comics and the Supergirl TV show. So
Yeah.
I grew up watching this film on VHS. It's not very good.
no, it's not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm very sorry. Your second question, Hunter, comes from the category of DC. What is the name of the corrupt cop who leads the raid on the chemical plant in 1989's Batman?
You need first and last.
Just last is fine.
It's Harvey Bullock. Final answer.
That is also incorrect.
Not the answer we were looking for. No multiple choice for Big Sal as he attempts to answer this question. You got 15 seconds on the board, Sal.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know.
1.
No answer?
No answer. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to use a repeat. So
We were looking for Lieutenant Eckhart.
Oh, that's right.
Now,
Oh,
I have a
okay.
feeling that Hunter might just wish he still had his challenge here, might think that something would come back at us, but he does not. So, unfortunately, those points are not going to go up, and we're going to have to move on.
Moving on to the third question. Name the law that gives the Gotham City Police expanded powers in The Dark Knight Rises.
Multiple choice on that one.
I can do that. Is it A, the Dent Act, B, the Wayne Act, C, the Dawes Act, or D, the Gordon Act?
Can you read the choices?
I absolutely can. Is it A, the Dent Act, B, the Wayne Act, C, the Dawes Act, or D, the Gordon Act?
I'm going to say the Wayne Act, B.
The Wayne Act is incorrect. We go to Big Sal. Do you need the options again?
Yes, one more time, please.
All right. Is it A, the Dent Act, B, the Wayne Act, C, the Dawes Act, or D, the Gordon Act?
Can't hear you read that out without thinking Gotham City's full of a bunch of thespians. Do you think you could say the word act one more time, Alex?
I'm gonna say the Dent Act.
5.
So a final answer.
That is good for one more point. The Dent Act is absolutely correct.
All right, big steal. That's actually going to move him out into possible knockout range, but there's still some questions left.
That is an amazing catch by you. It's going to need these 2 points from this next question. Who directed 1982's Swamp Thing?
Hold on. I'm going to go for it, and if I'm wrong, I'm going
5.
to say Wes Craven.
You went for it, and you were absolutely correct for 2 big points.
Keeping him alive. He is now out of knockout territory,
Thank
short
you,
of a 2-point
The greatest
steal.
horror director
We
of
are
all time.
almost certainly going to see a round number 3, give him his chance to fire back, but he is still in a hole against Big Sal.
Nice pull there, Hunter.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It really was. And your 5th and final question for this round. You see Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana, and what other MCU actor in 2010's The Losers?
Ooh. Multiple choice.
I can absolutely do that. Is it A, Carl Urban, B, Martin Freeman, C, Idris Elba, or D, Michael Rooker?
Sorry, you broke up on me on the last.
Let's give him one technical repeat.
Yep. Is it A, Carl Urban, B, Martin Freeman, C, Idris Elba, or D, Michael Rooker?
I'm going to go D, Michael Rooker.
D, Michael Rooker is incorrect. We go to Big Sal. Do you need the options?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Is it A, Carl Urban, B, Martin Freeman, C, Idris Elba, or D, Michael Rooker?
Gotta say, Alex, I've seen this movie a couple times. I think even people who've watched the movie pretty much just remember that Chris Evans scene with the sniper and the finger guns.
Yes.
Yes. Idris Elba, final answer.
One last steal for good measure. Idris Elba is absolutely correct.
It was between those two for me, but
Right.
Yeah.
He extends it to the absolute maximum possible lead without a knockout. 10 points on the board. He's going to force Big Sal to go through all 3 of his questions just to avoid. Big Sal is going to force Hunter through all 3 of his questions. And I do apologize, Sal. It's just what I'm used to saying.
That's all right.
I know how this goes. He's going to force Hunter to answer all three of his questions just to avoid the technical knockout, but we have seen stranger things. There is still a possibility this match could go to sudden death. I hope not, because I have to write extra questions every time you guys get asked more. We will see what happens in round number 3, but I got to say, Alex, going into round number 3, you got to think Big Sal is loving that second round. He's feeling strong, and he's about as close as you can possibly be to saying this match is in the bag. He's got to feel like he's ready to take home the victory and move on into World War Geek.
Well, he might not have much work to do. This is it. 10 whole points stand between Nick and having to do anything besides picking numbers.
Hunter, buddy, all joking aside, Sniper, we are all definitely pulling for you. I want to see that excitement. And I do know if Big Sal is capable of anything, it's missing 3 questions in round number 3. And if he's capable of any 2 things, it's adding sauerkraut to your order for an extra 50 cents. Gentlemen, round number 3 is coming your way. This is your final round. In this round, each competitor will be giving us 3 numbers that correspond to categories from the number 1 through 18. 18 is your maximum number. Your numbers will correspond to a 2-point, a 3-point, and a 5-point question in the order you give them to us. You will have the same amount of time to answer these questions. You may still use repeats and challenges. Big Sal, you have all 3 repeats. You have your challenge still on the board. Hunter, 2 repeats remaining. And there is no stealing in this round. You are on your own. You're fighting for every last point you can get. And that's the situation Hunter finds himself in. Alex, take it away and let's see what he can do after we get their numbers, which is going to be Big Sal. You are in the lead. What numbers would you like?
All right, let's go with 7, 11, and 16.
7, 11, 16. And Hunter.
I'm going to go for my wrestling background here, 6, 1, and 9.
All right, we've got to call it the Ken Knapsack from Big Sal, and we've got to call it for Mr. Rey Mysterio himself from Hunter. 6, 1, and 9. Alex Frost will be administering the questions to you, Mr. Chambliss.
Time out.
We have a manager calling timeout, which I don't know if that's an official rule, but let's see what happens here. And Nico, be warned, if this isn't good, I'm going to cut a promo on you, and it's going to hurt.
I realized the need and want to prevent there from being any dead air, but this is like the 18th hole for Tiger Woods. So after you've asked the questions for both competitors, I'm asking this for, can we keep the banter to a minimum so both competitors can think? Let's give them a real chance to really perform at their best.
Well, that was most certainly directed at me. So, Nico, you can go ahead and get the heck on out of here. I don't have to listen to a damn thing that you say. I'm the reason people tune into this show. And you know what? That being said, that's a fairly respectful request. And it is a very important moment for both of our competitors. Round number 3, we do try to cut the banter low, but in deference to Nico, and this will never happen again, Nico. Do not test me. We will go ahead and I'm not going to say a damn thing. Alex, you can ask the questions. I'll count the time and nothing else.
Aw.
Well, the man has spoken. Andrew the Elk is sad. Well, we've got questions to ask. Hunter, your 2-point question comes from the number 6. That is the category of mixed bag.
All right, come on.
Name the computer program that becomes sentient and causes Judgment Day in Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
The computer program, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's Skynet.
You're not all difficult. That's a big 2 points for you. Still in the game. All right. We're going to stay with you for your 3-pointer. And that comes from the category of DC. What is the name of the chemical plant in 1989's Batman?
That would be Ace Chemicals.
I believe this is the point where I say, and your winner by way of knockout, Nick
Technical.
Big Sal Carley. The answer in our document with no challenge remaining is Axis Chemicals.
Oh, that's right.
Axis Chemicals. I know he wants the challenge. Once again, it's coming up, but there's no challenge left on the board. And as the rules work, we have to let it stand in the document. Axis Chemicals, the final answer, a technical knockout, and a big-time victory for the big-time triple-decker himself, Nick Big Sal Carley, on the board and into World War Geek.
Whew. Sorry, I had to get that out.
My goodness, Alex, I didn't talk for 2 whole questions. It's the hardest thing that I have ever done. Nico, we are absolutely never going to let you make requests like that again, or at least I'm not going to. But of course, you can always speak to Corey Morissette, our Right Honorable Geek Commissioner, and see what he has to say. That was painful for me, Alex, not getting a chance to speak, not getting to share myself with all the face-off fanatics out there. It hurts, and it hurts.
How dare you, Nico?
It's so disrespectful. See, this is why I like Hunter, but unfortunately, Hunter not able to come away with the victory day. I'm sure both competitors have a lot to say about this matchup, and we are going to go ahead and get that from them right now, throwing to interviews with one of the best in the biz, maybe not the very best, because they're sitting right here at the desk. Take it away, Caramel Mountain, Ryan Payne.
Thank you very much, Elk, for that sort of warm introduction. But you know what? You've been part of the movie Trivia Face Off since the start. Your face has been on here, so I'm gonna give that to you. But it's not about you right now. It is about right now our second place finisher, and that is the sniper Hunter. Look, Hunter, you clearly wanted to get this opportunity to be part of World War Geek, and even though in the past your performances in Geek have not been as great as you would like it, much like every other Geek competitor, but to say that you were able to avoid a straight knockout in round 2 is nothing to be looked at. But if we had to look back in round 1, was there like a question or something that's lingering with you right now that what you would have felt would have changed the game?
I feel like the Mad Dog question I shouldn't have challenged. That way, when it comes to round number 3, I could have used the challenge for the Ace Chemical question, which I swear to God, it is Ace Chemicals, because in the movie it's called Axis Chemicals. The thing breaks and it's called Ace Chemicals instead. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that would have been a smart play, but it's just kind of like in the first start, you want to make a big lead in the first round in order to really set the tone and dominate the rest of the match. And yeah, we kind of fall back on our better instincts, and I don't blame you. There have been moments I've wanted to challenge questions, but it's just it's the heat of the moment, and I get it. But still, going 2 points behind Nick, that is nothing to be looked away from. Many opponents, many people have come back from even worse leads, even from tied points going in the second round. But to ask about the wheel round, with the new when you first got Pirates of the Caribbean and you spun away from it, were you kind of scared on what the questions they would get you, or was just like in your head like, why is this here on the wheel? This has no place to be here in Geek. Let's just get the hell away from that and focus on something real.
Well, it's kind of the second option, but I get why they want to add new categories to it. But I will say I watched the first Pirates of the Caribbean, and after that, they just all sucked. So I was just like, yeah, fuck this franchise. And yeah, screw you, Caleb Coho. That franchise is shit. But sorry for the language, but I have to give what I'm saying.
Oh, don't worry. We're not going to restrict you. I mean, unless there's a certain NTFO gods out there that's watching our every move.
I mean, maybe there is. But Pirates of the Caribbean, thing is, it's too new. So you have no idea what questions are going to come up. I'm never scared of any category. The thing is, I felt there was more positives on the wheels than negatives. And even if I got opponent's choice and he landed me with Pirates of the Caribbean, I could maneuver my way through it. I'm never scared of any category.
That's actually a good mindset to go in. The truth is, looking at that wheel, the only categories that would literally scare me would be opponent's choice, movie release dates, and if quotes was ever thrown back on that wheel.
Oh, come on. Movie release dates? I put that one on the wheel, baby.
Oh, you did? Okay. Then that's
Take me with that. Let's go.
Then maybe instead of a Disney exhibition match, we should do a movie release dates exhibition match in Geek, and let's see who's the best in that situation. But
Bring it on.
you were able to survive a KO in the second round. But let me ask you, with the DC questions, did you feel that maybe if it was more towards like actors, actresses, or maybe certain characters, would have felt more strong that you would have swept out that category?
Well, not really, because as a veteran player, you have to look at, they're going to ask you all sorts of questions. You have to be ready to watch all the movies, know little details, know the obvious details, know the actors, actresses, directors. And that helped me. Swamp Thing, a movie that I've seen once, but I know the director because it's one of my favorite directors. It's one of my favorite horror directors, Wes Craven. When I got that, I pulled it, and that saved my ass. That saved me from getting a KO. Made it to round 3. You have to look at, okay, if I come in here just expecting all actors and actresses and director questions, I'm going to lose because I'm not focusing on the movie portion of it.
No, that's a good, that is definitely strong. Completely opposite to my thinking whenever I play a Geek match. Just give me the actors and the actresses, and I will get a perfect round every single time. But, that's just not me. And one thing, one of the big X factors in your match against Nick was the added backup of Nico being the manager. If you had, let's just say, going into this match, did you think that Nico would be a distraction or more of a tool that you or Nick could have used to get the advantage? Because it felt to me with his, let's say, charming banter with the elk that it looked like it was going to cause more problems than solutions.
Nico, first, how dare you try to silence the elk? But no, people are going to have managers. That's the league. That's, you have factions, you have leagues. But me, I'm a lone wolf. I don't need anybody talking for me because I am the master of my own mind, my own element. So I don't need somebody barking off the sidelines telling me that, oh, challenge this, challenge this. No, if I see a challenge, I'm smart enough to be like, I'm going to challenge that. Yeah. Or if I know the answer is this and not that, I'm calling you out on your BS. I don't need someone to talk for me. He does.
All right. That's good words. Well said. And to quote a very famous mentor, failure is the greatest teacher to all of us. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what? I just want to say that this match was very riveting, and you did get the technical knockout in round 3, but that does not, and you are unfortunately out of World War Geek, but that's nothing to be ashamed of because now you have so much time. So you don't want to have that pressure on you to be part of this Battle Royal Rumble match to become the first Geek champion. You can now hit the books, start studying. So then when all that is said and done, you, just like a true sniper, you can take your shot at who's ever at the top of that mountain.
You know what, Ryan? I'm going to say this right now. I may have lost tonight. But this is not the last time you'll hear from the sniper. I'll be calling soon, and everybody should be worried.
Oh, truly intimidating words from the sniper. But now, with that being said, let us move on to our winner, Nick the Sal. But anyway, this has been Hunter the Sniper, and believe me, guys, as he says, he's not done with this league, and this is not the last time you're going to see him.
Time's up, baby.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our winner of the match, and accompanied by his manager, Nico, we have Big Sal. Now, a TKO, Big Sal, that definitely is going to look great on your record going into World War Geek. Maybe upping your chances at getting a good number to place yourself in there so you don't have to start at the beginning. But let's hold off on World War Geek right now. Your overall opinions, and this is to both of you, how did you guys feel going into round 3, or at least coming out round 1?
Well, since apparently I can't talk for myself, let me say a few things first. I felt good about round 1. There were 2 questions. That Star Wars question I should have gotten, but I didn't let. Before, the old me would have let that get in my head, and it didn't this time, and I was able to get 6 out of or only miss 2 from the rest of the way there. So I was very happy with my first round because normally I'm in the 4 or 5. I was happy with a 7. And then, the wheel gods were in my corner in round 2. So, I mean, you can't ask for much better than that.
Yeah,
So-
they truly were. Spinner's
Yeah.
choice. And we have seen from playing matches in the past that spinner's choice can sometimes be a crutch or can be the downfall of your round two. But luckily, as you said, the wheel gods, not only did they give you a good slice of the wheel, you got good questions out of that round to actually dominate the Wizarding Wheel slice, which I have seen in the past cripple so many people, so many players. But
Yeah.
you consulting with Nico there, was that a great benefit? Actually, I'm going to bring this to Nico. Having to consult with to consult with your player, really helping him calm down, decide where he wants to move forward. You think that was like the extra added luck needed into this, or was just like the good motivation in order to dominate round two?
So I'll put it to you like this, and this goes back to round one as well. A martial artist mindset as of late. I've been bringing my third degree Taekwondo black belt into a lot of the training we've been doing. And one of the things that we do in martial arts is like, there's a saying that you can learn 10,000 techniques one time, or you can learn one technique and drill it 10,000 times. And we basically knew what Nick had to work on, and that was just keeping calm throughout the game. And we worked on that. We drilled questions and tried to just keep his calm, whether he got the questions right or wrong. And the benefit shows in this match, especially in round one, where he was able to keep his nerves down and just keep answering questions and get that 7-5 lead heading into round two. And in terms of round two, I've seen Hunter play a lot in terms of the geek setting, whether it be this league or whether it be other leagues. And I know Harry Potter is his favorite category to go to. So I figured, let's do the Rachel Cushing, Kalinowski, JTE strategy. Let's take Hunter's big shabam. Let's take it off the wheel, use it to our advantage, and then see how he handles what's left. And unfortunately, DC did not work out in his favor.
That is 100% true. And like most strategies, this one paid off, and there could have been that dark side to where it could have crippled Nick. But as Nick did mention in round two, you've been studying your ass off in this one. And clearly with all the exhibition matches of Harry Potter we've had, there's been a lot of study material to look at. So you can have an idea of what questions going in. But let's go back to round one. When Hunter made that challenge in one of the round one questions, even though, unfortunately, when you see in round three how missing his question, unfortunately, did him in the end, was there a part of you that kind of wanted to challenge any questions in round one also, or did you feel you could save that for later?
In round one, yeah, I didn't. I think all the questions were fair. I didn't see anything that really. I mean, the ones that I missed, I just didn't think of the right answer. It wasn't any like poor wording or anything like that. So I'm still trying to feel out when to use challenges, and and hopefully with Nico being on board, he can sort of like poke me and be like, okay, hey, this is a good thing to challenge. But I'm also learning that myself. So It's just sort of, I've never used one before, so I'm still new to it, trying to figure out how to use it.
And that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for an opportunity that I could see to maybe use the challenge if necessary. And thankfully, in Nick's case, it didn't really come up. If I was a manager for Hunter, I would have probably advised to not challenge that Back to the Future question, or at least challenge it in a different way. I would have been like, did Alex actually say we need the first name, or like, would a nickname have been acceptable? Because the wording of the question makes all the difference. And so I would have challenged it that way. And I think we still would have lost that challenge if I was on Hunter's side for that. But yeah, I think Hunter would have benefited more from having that challenge in his back pocket for the Axis/Ace Chemicals question. And you see where it lies. It's a shoulda, coulda, woulda situation. It is what it is. We came out victorious. We didn't have to answer any round three questions. And one more thing, because I know I'm going to get heat for this. I already did get heat for this from Andrew. But, I see round three, especially this format of round three, because I know different leagues have different formats, and sometimes you can deal with the banter from the commentary, but then sometimes you actually need a little bit of silence to focus, especially if the spotlight is all on you for that third round. If it's just a question that you're answering and not also both competitors. So I was like, the pressure's on. Let's give both competitors, not just mine, but Hunter as well. Let's give them a chance to think and just clear their heads and use that 15 seconds to their advantage without any distractions. That was just my thinking. I'm not saying Bill. Why do I keep calling him Bill? I'm not saying Andrew talks too much. I'm not saying Alex talks too much. I'm just saying it helps. It's the 18th hole for Tiger Woods, and he's trying to win that championship.
Yep, complete absolute silence is in this case necessary. And to be playing a couple matches with Elk and his little charming banter between the co-hosts, I can see at times helps and distracts. But, as I mentioned with my interview with Hunter, this ain't about Elk right now. He'll take the opportunity later. But with this impressive win going forward, with World War Geek coming up, do you want to get one more match to maybe help to maybe get to increase your record and your standings in the Geek League? Or do you feel right now is a good match, and so you can spend all this time studying? So once that opportunity comes around with World War Geek, not only will you be calm, precise, and ready, but you will pretty much not just to smoke the competition, but also you're going to come in with a clear mind, and so the pressure will be off of you. Instead, at least pretty much it clears all the roads to get to that Geek Championship.
Nick, I don't really know what you're feeling on this, but as your manager, I'm going to advise you not to take another match until World War Geek, simply because the objective was to get the win so we could qualify. We got that win. Let's not really push our luck and risk getting us put in a worse spot than we are. We got the qualification. We got the spot in the match. That's all we needed. So from here on out, you got the spot. You're good as golden. Now it's my turn. And next week, I'm going to get revenge on TJ Starman for beating you and putting us in this position where we needed a third match for you to qualify. TJ, I hope you're looking out, because the two of us were coming for the two of us. There we go. The two of us are coming for World War Geek. We want that title.
Yeah, it's good that you sell the confusion, because I believe my man should be going like, what the hell's happening right now? Are you making deals behind your back? Look, I think everything's gonna be fine moving forward. And yeah, right now the qualifying matches is where everyone's eyes should be, because it is going to be it's gonna be blood, it's gonna be cutthroat, there's gonna be a lot of, not like metaphor, there's not gonna be a lot of bad blood, but let's just say when the competition starts to thin out the herd for World War Geek, we're really going to find out who's going to be the one geek to rule them all. But right now, Nick, you've walked away with a TKO. You've improved your standing in the Geek League moving forward. And honestly, since Hunter knows this ain't the last time we're going to be seeing him, but we definitely know this ain't the last time we're going to see you or Nico as well. And we hope to see good things coming from both of you moving forward. All right, Andrew, take it away. Take the spotlight. It's the best at.
All right, we are back. Those are interviews from Ryan, Caramel Mountain Pain, enough sugar to give the entire state of Texas type 2 diabetes. And we've got our competitors, obviously, Nick, Big Sal, Carley. He's today's special. He might be going up on that big deli sandwich board out front, because he is the talk today. He is taking home a TKO victory. Never hurts to have that on your resume. And his manager, who I'm going to go ahead right now, I'm going to give my forgiveness to you, because you may have tried to silence the elk, and how dare you? But at the same time, you did give me a brand new nickname. Folks, you can call me Big Bill, because I'm more cash money than you can handle. And I'm joined on the desk, of course, by my friend, one of the best in the biz and half of the best broadcasting team in the MTFO. He's the darkness. He is the Godfather. He is Alex Frost. Alex, round number 2, looks like Big Sal spun that wheel and basically punched his ticket right then and there with that spinner's choice land into World War Geek. That's what everyone's talking about, everyone's preparing for, and everybody cannot wait to get into. I can't wait to see it. First ever GEEKTACULAR champion. Folks, it won't be the best competitor in the league, but it's going to be someone who knows a whole lot about their movie trivia knowledge, and that's only because I'm not competing. Alex, you're not in that match, are you?
I am in that match.
Well, folks, I think I have a brand new favorite. Let's talk about this match today. Alex, what did you think of this one?
Well, I want to talk. Well, round 1 was fairly competitive. Hunter really stayed in that fight. Nick outplayed him a little bit, but it was only like a 2-point game coming out of round number 1. But round number 2, the advice from the manager said, go ahead. We're going to spin first. We can do this. Hit spinner's choice. But he knew all these answers. Everybody says it's spinner's choice. You can luck out, but you can get your favorite category and bomb it. Believe me, we've seen that happen before. He knew his answers. He knows his Wizarding World. And not just knowing Wizarding World, he also knew some of Hunter's answers from DC. Big Sal, we always knew that he just had to get the right hand, and he played it. He absolutely played it. He walks away with a big TKO win. You know, Hunter can say that he walks alone all he wants, but tonight, the Big Sal's got friends to party with.
All right, he is your victor today, Nick Big Sal. Carley, he comes with fries for just 50 cents extra. And of course, he's got a manager who's got a third-degree black belt, which helped lead him to murder in the third degree and TKO in the third round, punching his ticket for World War Geek. He's got his slip already. His order is in. Will he be able to take from that takeout counter the biggest prize of them all, the movie trivia face-off Geektacular Championship? The first ever will be crowned soon, folks, so check that out. And Hunter Chambliss, not a slouch. He is a veteran, and he played like one. Interesting use of the challenge in the first round. I did question it, but honestly, I still like the fact that he went for it, even if it may have hurt him later. I think sometimes those challenges are left on the table. Certainly we'll see more of Hunter. He may even have a chance before World War Geek to get back in, but it's coming up fast. We do not know for sure what's going to happen there. Either way, folks, Face Off fanatics, it's been fantastic having you here with me, with Alex Frost, with Ryan Payne, and with both of our competitors. But of course, I want you to thank all those people scrolling by right now on the bottom of your screen. Remember, our question writers, our editors, particularly our editors, love you guys. Remember to get that language clip for later. You're going to need it. Everybody who works so hard all day and all night and all week and all month, bringing the movie trivia face-off to you. This is a labor of love from fans of the Schmodown, who you can check out at patreon.com/Schmodown if you haven't already, if somehow you're watching our video. And if so, why? And thank you. So once again, thank you, Face Off and Ice, for me, for all the team here, and for Alex, the Goth Father Frost. We'll be back soon with more Face Off fights, more Geektacular spectaculars, and of course, World War Geek coming right around the corner. Go ahead and check out some of our previous videos as well. It's been fantastic seeing you here today. And with that, we're going to get on out of here. I've been Big Bill. You can go ahead and hit me up on Twitter and let me know what you would spend your big bill on. And I'll see you next time we face off.